Today, technology allows us to create a different kind of half-scale dress form. The ones that we are using now were created from a 3D body scan. And we are able to take that 3D scan and from it create an accurate representation of the body. It's the way many full-scale dress forms are made these days. But we've gone one step further now and scaled that down 50%. It's very different from the original half-scale forms which have been used by the industry, which were basically made as an artist's conception of what the half-scale would be like, perhaps with a couple of measurements to make sure the measurements lined up to some extent. But with these half-scale forms, we have the actual body shape, the posture of the body. The half-scale forms that we're making now have an incredible amount of potential to change the way that we could work with draping, with creating patterns in our industry today. We tend to use flat pattern making more than draping just because it takes so much time and effort and materials to create on the full-scale form. But with the half-scale, all of those things are reduced. You can make many, many models in the time that it takes you to make one full-scale model. These models are also very close to the final pattern so that you can scale them up, the patterns using CAD, and have your pattern ready to move on to the next stage. Working on the half scale is actually quite fun. It allows you to play with proportions in a way that you can't do as easily on a full scale. You're still looking at the relationship of the pattern to the body, but you're not always handling so much fabric, and so you can both work with it in an easier way, a more compact way, and also see it in an easier and more compact way. So what we're working with half scale is looking for new ways to introduce it into our process as designers, perfect our patterns, perfect our shapes, make the right relationship of the garment to the body, of the cloth to the body, really create the proportions and the flow that we want. Then we can take those patterns and digitize them into a CAD system, and then with the CAD system bring the patterns up to full scale. And that is a quite precise process that will give us a pattern that we can then put together as a pretty well-developed prototype for a garment. With this project, we can work experimentally and dynamically with the silhouette, the shapes, the lines, the proportions against the body, making an iterative set of prototypes. And this always contributes to a process of thinking beyond the first solution that's important to creative thought. We want to invite designers to come together, give them the tools to work on designs, to be able to both create easily and quickly, and also to be able to communicate. We believe that this process, both of iterative creation and communication among professionals, is what leads to the best design.